Moses Anthony Davis O.D., born August 22, 1973, professionally known as Beanie Man, is a Jamaican dancehall DJ. His awards include DJ of the Year award 8 years in a row. His 12th studio album Art and Life received a Grammy Award in 2001. Beanie Man has approximated a net worth of $4 million. Early life. Davis was born in the Waterhouse district of Kingston in 1973. He was involved in the music industry from a young age, started toasting at the age of 5, and was encouraged by his uncle Sidney Knowles, who played drums for Jimmy Cliff. He won the Tasty Talent Contest in 1981, and radio DJ Barry G introduced him to local sound system operators, who helped to establish the popularity of a young DJ, who became known as Beanie Man. He recorded his debut single, Too Fancy, with record producer Henry Junjo Laws in 1981, with Laws also including him on the 1983 album Junjo Presents Too Big Sounds alongside established stars such as Dillinger, Fathead, and Ringo. His debut album, The Invincible Beanie Man, the 10-year-old DJ wonder, was produced by Bunny Lee and released in 1983, his first hit single following the same year with the Winston Holness produced Over the Sea. In 1984, Beanie Man recorded some material with Barrington Levy, released 10 years later. But his music career was put on hold while he finished school and spent time traveling to the United Kingdom, United States, and Canada. Personal life. Beanie Man married Michelle D'Angel Downer on August 22, 2006. In June 2007, Beanie Man separated from his wife. In March 2010, they released a duet single entitled You Are My First, although at the time they were separated. The couple filed for divorce in 2011. All legalities were completed in 2019. He has a spouse and 12 known children. The wife is D'Angel. Career. In 1995, Beanie Man collaborated with Dennis Brown and Tristan Palma to release 3 Against War and Mad Cobra, and Lieutenant Stitchie on Mad Cobra meets Lieutenant Stitchie and Beanie Man. He also collaborated with Lady Saw on Healing, Sanchez on Refugee, and Michael Prophet on Gun and Bass, further establishing his reputation. He took another step up the ladder in 1996, releasing the seminal Maestro, produced by Patrick Roberts, and shot him to UK fame. During the period from the mid to late 1990s, Beanie Man dominated the Jamaican charts to the extent that he perhaps had a good claim to the crown of Dancehall King, a title only bestowed previously on Yellow Man in the early 1980s. Beanie Man's first real break into the United States came in 1997. He heard an instrumental rhythm by an unknown producer named Jeremy Harding and demanded to add his voice to the rhythm. So this was the birth of his first international hit. He recorded Who Am I? And the single quickly went gold. It opened the doors for the world to see a new reggae star in the pages of Newsweek and other major media outlets. The same year, Beanie Man topped the Jamaican singles chart with 7 different singles. Beanie Man appeared as himself in the 1997 film Dancehall Queen. In 1998, Beanie Man headlined Reggae, Sunsplash, and signed to Virgin Records to release albums in the United States. His first American offering was The Doctor, 1998. During the late 1990s, Beanie Man began his conquest of America with the hits Romy, Who Am I, and Girls Dem Sugar, which featured American R&B singer Maya. During this time, he received an impressive number of international music awards, including a MOBO Award for Best International Reggae Act in 1998, while remaining at the top of the local charts. In 2000, Beanie Man released Art and Life, which featured Arturo Sandoval and Wyclef Jean, the Fugees, for which received a Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album. In the same year, he co-produced, with Wyclef Jean, the debut album by actor Steven Seagal. Beanie Man, like many dancehall artists, is outspoken on a number of social issues, as exemplified by songs such as Steve Biko and Murderer. In 2002, he had a sizable hit with a duet with Janet Jackson called Feel It Boy. But his biggest break in America came in early 2004 with the release of a remix of Dude, featuring guest vocals by fellow Jamaican Ms. Thing, as well as rhymes by Shauna. He thus cemented his fan base on both sides of the Atlantic. He had hits in the United Kingdom in 1998 with Who Am I, in 2003 with Street Life, and Feel It Boy, a duet with Janet Jackson, and in 2004 with Dude, and King of the Dancehall. Also in 2004, the Associated Press observed that Beenie Man had become a name-brand artist worldwide and called him King of the Dancehall reggae scene. He was also a judge for the 6th Annual Independent Music Awards to support independent artist careers. In April 2008, it was announced that Beenie Man was to co-write and star in the film Kingston. In October 2010, Beenie Man came out with the EP I'm Drinking Rum and Red Bull, which included 4 songs, I'm Drinking Rum and Red Bull, I'm Okay, and 2 versions of Stack and Pile. He later released the full album on February 28, 2011. I'm Drinking Rum and Red Bull features Future Fambo. In September 2008, Beenie Man was cleared of charges of tax evasion. In April 2009, Beenie Man signed with Brooklyn Entertainment, a new record label formed by Eric Nix and the Trackmasters, in preparation to release his new album, The Legend Returns. The music video for the release of his new single, Gimme Gimme, being shot in Canada on April 18, 2009. The song, Let's Go, was released on the Overproof Rhythm compilation album in 2011. In 2014, Beenie Man and long-term rival Bounty Killer put aside their differences and recorded a single together, Legendary. The two performed a well-received versus battle together on Instagram during the COVID-19 pandemic quarantine on May 23, 2020. Around that time, Vibe described them as 2 of the most legendary icons in dancehall. Till Shiloh, 1995, was a very influential album, incorporating live instrumentation as well as digital rhythms, and incorporating the sounds of roots reggae along with the harder-edge dancehall sound that first made Banton famous. The artist was embracing his Rastafari faith, and his new album reflected these beliefs. Till Shiloh successfully blended conscious lyrics with a hard-hitting dancehall vibe. The album included earlier singles such as Murderer, along with Wanna Be Loved and Untold Stories. In 1996, Banton contributed Wanna Be Loved, DC Ceremado, along with Los Pericos to the Red Hot organization's album Silencio equals Muerte, Red Hot plus Latin for the Red Hot Benefit Series. This series raises money to increase AIDS awareness. That same year, Banton took control of his business by establishing his own Gargamel music label, releasing the popular single Love Sponge on vinyl in Jamaica and overseas. In years to come, Gargamel would expand into an outlet for Banton's own productions. Banton signed with Anti Records, a subsidiary of Brett Gurwitz's Epitaph Records, and released Unchained Spirit in 2000. The album showcased diverse musical styles and featured guest appearances by Luciano, Morgan Heritage, Stephen Marley, and Rancid. It carried little of the roots feel heard on Till Shiloh, and virtually none of the hardcore dancehall sound which had brought him a public acclaim early in his career. Several singles followed in the start of the new decade, which was perceived as more mellow and introspective, as opposed to the dancehall approach of his early career. In March 2003, Banton released Friends for Life, which featured more sharply political songs, including Mr. Nine, an anti-gun song that was a hit in Jamaica's dance halls as well as internationally. The album focused on political messages regarding the African diaspora, featuring excerpts from a speech made by Marcus Garvey. Paid Not Played, also featured on the album, displayed a gradual return to the themes more popular in dancehall. The album also featured some hip-hop influence with the inclusion of rapper Fat Joe. 2006 saw the release of The Too Bad, an album that was more dancehall-oriented in style. One of the slower tracks from the album, Driver, went on to become a major hit, while at the same time reviving Sly and Robbie's Taxi Rhythm. Banton performed at the 2007 Cricket World Cup opening ceremony with Third World and Beres Hammond. The album Rasta Got Soul was released in 2009. Produced by Banton, with contributions from longtime collaborators Donovan Germain, Stephen Marsden, and Wyclef Jean, Rasta Got Soul was a 100% roots reggae album recorded over a 7-year period before its release. It went on to earn Banton his 4th Grammy nomination for Best Reggae Album in 2010. In December 2009, Drug Enforcement Administration agents remanded Banton to custody in Miami, where the U.S. attorney charged him with conspiracy to distribute and possession of more than 5 kilograms of cocaine. Banton was then moved to the Pinellas County Jail, where he remained until trial. A 6-day trial in Tampa, Florida was declared a mistrial on September 27, 2010, after the jury was unable to reach a unanimous decision. During the trial, audio recordings were presented of Banton and a drug dealer turned government informant discussing drugs, drug prices, and smuggling. Banton was also seen on a video recording meeting the informant in a police-controlled warehouse, tasting cocaine from a kilogram bag. The informant was reportedly paid $50,000 for his work on the case. The singer was released that November on bond. He was allowed to perform one concert between trials, which was held on January 16, 2011, to a sold-out crowd in Miami. A few weeks after the performance, he was nominated for the Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album, but was not allowed to attend the ceremony. On February 13, 2011, one day before the scheduled start of his second court trial in Tampa, Florida, Banton's Before the Dawn album was announced as the winner of Best Reggae Album at the 53rd Annual Grammy Awards. On February 22, 2011, Banton was found guilty of conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute 5 or more kilograms of cocaine, possession of a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking offense, and using communication wires to facilitate a drug trafficking offense. He was found not guilty on the charge of attempted possession of 5 kilograms or more of cocaine. For months later, he was sentenced to 10 years and 1 month in a federal prison for the cocaine trafficking conviction. His sentencing on a related firearms conviction, despite the fact that Banton was never found with a gun, was scheduled for October 30th, 2012, and then postponed on his lawyer's request for an investigation of possible juror misconduct. Despite the fact that a juror was found guilty of misconduct, Banton waived his right to an appeal. On May 14, 2015, federal prosecutors agreed to drop the firearms charge. Banton was released on December 7, 2018 from McRae Correctional Institution. Upon his release from prison in the United States in December 2018, Banton started the Long Walk to Freedom Tour and performed his first concert at National Stadium in Kingston, Jamaica in March 2019. The concert attracted over 30,000 people. During his tour, he continued putting out new music and new singles including Baga Mouth, False Pretense, and Country for Sale. In May 2019, Banton released Country for Sale. The song topped the iTunes reggae chart within minutes after the announcement of its release. The song was recorded at the Gargamel Music Studio, Donovan Germain's own recording studio in the corporate area. On November 12th of the same year, he released his first official music video entitled Trust. The video marked the first anniversary of Banton's release from prison and was produced in collaboration with Dave Kelly and directed by Kieran Khan. The track peaked at number 1 on the Billboard Reggae Digital Song Sales chart. Banton announced his partnership with Jay-Z's Rock Nation in November of that year, becoming the second Jamaican reggae artist to be represented by the agency, which coincided with the release of his music video Steppa. He also announced that Island Records will be the distributor of the collaboration's new music. In January 2020, Banton was featured on the Bad Boys for Life soundtrack, which was produced by DJ Khaled. His song titled Murder, She Wrote was a nod to the 1992 dancehall classic Murder, She Wrote by Jamaican reggae duo Shaka Demus and Pliers. On February 29, 2020, Banton produced the Steppa's Rhythm under this own Gargamel music label. The Rhythm, released under Rock Nation, featured 11 tracks and included contributions from Version, Deli Ranks, Agent Sasco, Bling Dog, and General B. Banton released his 13th studio album and his first in a decade, Upside Down 2020, on June 26, 2020. The album includes guest appearances from John Legend, Pharrell, Stefflon Don, and Stephen Marley. Banton appeared on the track Believe What I Say by Kanye West, off his 2021 album Donda. In 2021, Banton began a project releasing NFTs. Banton has teamed up with Crimson Tide Limited to create a collection of original NFT art pieces that will come in digital and autographed canvas pieces. Banton became one of the first Jamaican artists to release an NFT. He also appeared on DJ Khaled's album Khaled Khaled. He appeared on the track Where You Come From, along with Capleton and Bounty Killer. In 2022, Banton was featured on DJ Khaled's album God Did. He appeared on the track These Streets Know My Name, along with Skillabang, Capleton, Bounty Killer, and Sizzla. Recently, Buju Banton has expressed criticism towards reggaeton, a genre that blends Latin rhythms with Jamaican dancehall and hip-hop influences, particularly for what he sees as a lack of recognition for the genre's Jamaican roots and the absence of collaborations between reggaeton artists and Jamaican musicians. However, in the past, he collaborated with Puerto Rican reggaeton artist Tego Calderon on the